speaking of how much marketing can do, fidget spinners. Fidget spinners rose to fame in 2017. They're like the little three-sided things that spin. Fidget spinner.
Wow.
Did you used to have a fidget spinner?
No.
You never had a fidget spinner?
No. Actually, I haven't.
Were you in this country when fidget spinners were a thing?
No, but also like
They were big in the whole world.
yeah, it was all over the world. Like all my friends had fidget spinners. I just didn't.
Why?
I don't know. What do you mean? This feels
Everybody
like
and their mom had one. I remember like my whole class had one, and like
I do kind of really want those rings that
the spinner ring.
yeah, the spinner rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, my cousin used to have those, and I was always like, yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's really interesting. Like that became such a big phenomenon.
In like no time.
Yeah.
I think back in like 2016 to like 2020, we had like a rise of like a bunch of silly like toy almost products that were like taking over the whole internet. Like I remember just before the fidget spinners, I don't know if they were a thing here, but they were a thing definitely where when I grew up. They were like two ceramic balls that have like strings, and you could like do this, and the balls kept hitting each other. And you could do like tricks and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what it's called in English, but yeah, it was really cool. And then the rise of fidget spinners, and then with the rise of fidget spinners, it like almost created a nostalgia thing where people gravitated towards something that gives them like a fix for their anxiety and ADHD-ness ish.
Yeah.
And it was the perfect cure for every kid that was like 12 and under that had diagnosed themselves with like ADHD. No, bro, I have ADHD. You don't get it. This helps me focus. And the whole time it's just like them spinning this annoying little spinnery thing under the table.
Imagine being like fucking 8 or 9. Like
Yeah.
I didn't even fucking know what ADHD was.
Yeah.
And to say, I feel like it's so normalized now to say it. Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's kind of wild. I think like when trends like these take hold, it goes to show that it's like tapping into something that like people need.
Yeah.
Like whether it's kind of like chewing gum when you're like in an exam to keep you focused kind of thing. Like
It's all placebo.
yeah.
It's all placebo.
Like I have this one friend that needs to listen to rain sounds, and every time we go traveling together, I'm like, shut up.
Please.
I want to sleep in peace.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like it's so like, and I went through this phase where like I needed to listen to Gordon Ramsay to sleep.
Will you stop that?
I have stopped that. But yeah, fidget spinners is like really interesting in the fact that like it took hold in the way that it did. Yeah. Did you have a fidget spinner?
Yeah, I have multiple.
You would have a
But
fidget spinner.
whoa,
You'd be like,
whoa,
oh,
whoa.
look at my fidget spinner.
Bro,
It's so
come
cool.
on.
It's so fucking cool.
No, but I also had two younger brothers, and like they were more on the fidget spinner hype. I just happened to like steal some of them because they were just like the OG version of it was cool, but then they started coming up with other ones that had like different like angularity, and like some would like spin for like minutes. Some were like a full on circle that would just spin. So like it's almost like the ring, but it's like a big one, and you can just like spin it.
Yeah.
Um,
I think before fidget spinner, I remember like before it came out, like people were doing a lot with like pencils, like in class, like
yes,
just like
yes.
yeah.
Still can't do that. It hurts me to this day. I can't like do the. It's like this, and then you have to like spin it, and it comes back where it is.
Yeah.
I look crazy doing that. I think it's something like in psychology, I think, or something where like we're so addicted to trends. We're so addicted to the next new thing. We're so like we are sheep. Whatever happens, we just want to flock to the next big thing. And I think, yeah, like the timing of the fidget spinner was so perfect.
Yeah. I mean, a really good example is like the Brat and versus Demure. Like it was on the opposite ends of the spectrum. Like yeah.
And like with these trends, they almost become personality traits for a while. Like you could be the kid that is annoying, that has a fidget spinner that thinks it like fixes their whole life. Or you could be the kid that's like, no, I'm so brat, bro. I'm so blah, blah. Or you could be the kid that's like, no, I'm so demure. Like it's an extension of themselves now.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you remember? And I don't know if it's like there's this weird thing where, I mean, as humans, we love a quick, easy fix, and fidget spinners were marketed as such. They were like, if you're always distracted, if you're always blah blah, just put this in your hand, spin it, it'll fix everything in your life.
I almost feel like it was more so like, oh look, I'm this cool kid with my fidget spinner.
Yeah.
Like that was how it was like it was shown to me. I feel like all the cool kids had the fidget spinner and there was me.
Yeah.
The Melinda. But
Sad. So sad. I
But-
feel like yeah. Go.
yeah, I feel like it's really interesting. Like there was a phase where literally like anyone who had a fidget spinner, it was a huge part of their identity. And like I feel like it extends to pretty much anything. Like I feel like in high school there are a lot of people who had big things as part of their identities, whether
Yep.
whether it's the fidget spinner guy or it's like the girls in the corner that huddle over and like are sobbing over the fact that Zayn left one
Yeah.
direction. Bro, when that happened, I swear I came out of a history class and I like walked out and the hallway was like full of girls crying. And I was like, what the fuck just happened? Did someone fucking die?
Yeah.
And then yeah, I just bruh.
Yeah. I found out about the news through the girls in my class's Instagram stories at the time. Or like Snapchat stories, I think it was. They were like so sad. It was like black and white photos of like Zayn Malik and they're like
I'm like
gone but never forgotten. I was like, he didn't die. He just started making his own music. I think okay, so how come the FOMO never got to you? How come you never got a fidget spinner?
Okay. I just kind of think I'm not a FOMO girl.
No?
But I think with fidget spinners, like, I just never had that need to just kind of do that pencil thing. I feel like fidget spinners are like really caught on for those people first,
Yeah.
and then after that, like the people who got it after got it because like they thought it was something that like everyone else did and it was
Yeah.
cool. Okay, hot take. I kind of think it's like vaping.
Fidget spinners are the OG vapes.
Yeah, it's like it's scratching an itch
Yeah.
for like people who have, I want to say, like cigarette stuff initially, but for the rest of them, it's people seeing their friends do it and wanting to be part of that social kind of like interaction and wanting
Yeah.
to be part of that conversation.
Yeah. Ooh.
Hot take: vaping are today's fidget spinners.
Yeah. Maybe, you know, I see it. Like I've even heard of like because now people are trying to combat vaping and they're coming up with products that have like they have products that are trying to replace the idea of vaping and at the end of it they have like this like little fidgety thing. So maybe it's like a 2-in-1 thing where it's like
Yeah,
Yeah.
it scratches an itch.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's how people bond. Like
yeah.
I feel like a lot of people like after when like there are groups of people always like if back in the day it was smoking
Yeah.
that they socialized at work with. Now it's like vaping.
Yeah.
And similarly, like for students, it was like fidget spinners, and they get to talk about their fidget spinners.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is now. What is it now? What's the thing? I don't think necessarily it's vaping because I feel like high schoolers.
No. I don't know if it's a physical product. Maybe it's like TikTok. You know? Like the evolution goes like yo-yos, Beyblades, fidget spinners, vapes, TikTok. I don't know. I don't know.
Lol. Yeah.
I think
funny.
yeah. It also like the fidget spinners specifically, they came at a time where like musically what it was at its peak. It was like the 2017. It was like just before Musically got killed, I think.
Musically is TikTok now.
Yeah, but I'm saying like when Musically like because
Yeah.
there was a couple of years when like the rebrand happened and stuff. Yeah, it just blew the fuck up on like the whole internet, YouTube. I remember there was like videos like you know them like 10-hour YouTube videos of like it was just somebody that kept spinning.
You know what it is now? It's fucking slime. Slime is back.
Yeah.
Slime.
And you know, I would bet that fidget spinners are gonna make a comeback this decade
Yeah, I agree.
because slime is just a resurgence of what was.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
it's just gonna recycle.
The anxiety rings are there, and they're kind of fidget spinners, but you know,
Yeah. evil comes back, and it's. Do you remember? Okay, just before I finish this topic, do you remember Power Balance?
No, what is it?
It was like these like plastic or like silicone bracelets that have like a sticker on them that like helped you with your balance.
No,
No,
I
you
don't
never saw it?
fucking remember that. What do you mean?
Oh my god. Okay, this was like back in like 2010, I want to say, and they were this like big thing. Surely you've seen it. These bracelets?
No.
No?
Wait, no. Actually, I have. But
They were like the OG fidget spinners, I think. Power balance bracelets were like marketed to help you with your balance. Every athlete had it on their hand, and they said that like, oh, it helped them like perfect that 0.1% of their game. Blah blah blah.
0.1%.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But
Okay.
like to an athlete, 0.1% is like 100% to like a regular
true,
guy.
True.
And so just like every other trend, I ate it up, and
You're like, I'm a fucking athlete, bro.
guys, my jump is getting higher. I'm getting
I'm
faster.
Usain Bolt.
Come on. Usain Bolt is this. So I think it's something interesting about like how. Ooh. It's something interesting about how like we flock to trends super quick, and I think that's almost exclusively when you're younger. Like as we're older now, like I'm not that invested in every trend ever.
Yeah, same.
So it's an age thing.
Same.
You just, I guess you do grow out of it.
Yeah. I really admire people who are very like niche, like things that they're into. Like I, like once was dating a guy who like was really into like picking up sea glass in beaches, just very random hobbies, and really into like 1950s stuff.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, that's really cool. You have your own identity, not like
Yeah.
the rest of us sheep out here.
And that says a lot about Mel's taste in men. Guys, thank you so much for tuning to the podcast. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.